Hello and welcome back to Radiance by J Naturals. Today we are going to be making a very simple product with just four ingredients. This product is a room or linen spray that you can use to improve the ambience of your home. I hope you have been able to take a screenshot of our formula and recipe earlier in the video. If you haven't, please go back and do so. Now, the first ingredient we are using is Polysorbate 80. Now, you and I know that oil and water do not mix. So, if I added my fragrance oil directly into water, it would just sit on the water, it wouldn't mix. And we don't want that in our room or linen spray. So, we are going to be using Polysorbate 80. It is a solubilizer that helps to mix the oil with water. Now, take note that there is Polysorbate 20 and there is 60 and there is 80. However, we are using Polysorbate 80 in this formula. Polysorbate 20 can work too, but sometimes when you make use of certain fragrance oils with Polysorbate 20, they don't give you a clear result, so the solution becomes milky, and in this formula we want it to be a very clear one. However, because of your fragrance oil, if your solution turns milky, which is actually very unlikely if you are using Polysorbate 80, there is no problem. You could always use a colored bottle or a frosted bottle to package so that it doesn't look obvious, but then the clear solution always looks better. So now we are adding our fragrance oil into our Polysorbate 80. So I usually use Polysorbate 80 at double the fragrance oil. So if I'm using 5% of fragrance oil, I'm going to be using 10% of Polysorbate 80, and that will be very much enough to keep the oil from separating from the water over time. So I am using red berry fragrance oil in this video. However, you can use any fragrance oil that you like. You can even use a mix of fragrance oils, 2 or 3 fragrance oils, if that is what you want. The most important thing is you should ensure that you use high quality fragrance oils. There are some fragrance oils you could buy out there that have already been diluted with carrier oils. There will be an issue with using those oils because the scent wouldn't come out, and then your solution could turn milky, because if your supplier has diluted the fragrance oil with something like paraffin oil, it may not give you this clear result. It may turn into a milky solution, or it may separate over time. So make sure you get a very high quality fragrance oil from a trusted supplier that does not dilute their fragrance oils, and you see that at just 5% you will get a very good scent from it. So this is me mixing the Polysorbate 80 with the fragrance oil, and you can see that it mixes very well. You can't see any traces of oil. It has been incorporated very well. So you need to give it a good stir. Follow these exact steps that I'm following here, and you will get the same results that I got. So just give it a very good stir, and now I'm tearing my scale to bring it back to 0 so that I can add the next ingredient, which is ethanol. So ethanol is an alcohol, and it helps to further give us a clear solution. It also helps to disperse the fragrance oil. So by the time you spray the fragrance product, the alcohol helps it to go farther. It helps it to spread into the atmosphere and to last longer. So we are going to be using ethanol. You can also use isopropyl alcohol. However, because this is a room and linen spray, meaning that we may be spraying it on our clothes and on our beds, I think that ethanol is a better choice for this particular formula. But if you have isopropyl alcohol, please go ahead to use it. It is actually very okay. So we have added our ethanol, and you can see that our mixture is not getting milky. It is still very clear, and the oil is still very well mixed into the solution. This is what you should have if you have followed the steps so far. And if you have watched this video to this point, you are not yet subscribed to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and also ask any questions that you may have so far in the comments. I'll make sure to respond. So now we are going to be adding some distilled water or deionized water. So whenever I mention water in my formulations, this is the kind of water I mean. Please do not use tap water in your formulation. Don't even use bottled water, or maybe you boil tap water. No, the best type of water to use if you want your formulations to stay good for a long time is distilled water. Using this would ensure that all the ingredients you used can bring their A game into your product, and that your product will stay good and stable for a long time. This is very important, especially if you want to sell your products. And even if it is for your own use, you definitely don't want to waste your money, because by the time you make a product and after some weeks it goes bad because of the type of water used, that is money wasted. Now I've added the water into the formula, and it is at this point that it usually turns milky, but you can see that my own solution is still perfectly clear. So at this point in time, I am just I weighed it, and then I'm just going to decant it into several containers of my choice. So I didn't have enough containers on hand. I decided to put it in a container that has a cover, so that I will just look for other little containers to put it into. So I have my bottle. It's a green bottle. It's greenish and transparent, and then I'm using a spray cap with it. So I'm going to add this product into it. You need to use a spray bottle for this. Now, where can you use this product? You can use it in your home, you can use it in your office, and instead of just spraying it in the air like that, if you want it to last long, you can spray it on your bed, spray it on the curtain, on your chairs, on your rug. That would make the scent to last longer. So this is something you can make and gift to your friends and your family. You can also make this to use in your house. You know, when you come into your house, you heave a sigh of relief that yes, I am home. This helps to keep your environment smelling very nice and give you that very beautiful feeling of being at home. So let me know in the comments if you have any questions about this formulation, and let me know also if you would be trying this formulation. And please, if you do try it, don't forget to come back and drop a comment to tell us how it went. Until I upload the next video, thank you very much once again for watching, and I just want to remind you to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that whenever I upload such videos, you would be the first to know. See you in my next one. Bye.